Something ain't right around here. And what it is ain't so clear. Well, I got 2 county marshals out the door. And I don't want to stay here anymore. No, I don't. I got things that I've left undone. And I got 3 chords and a suitcase and a story to tell. Yeah, I do.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we got Reggie Watkins Jr.
Hey. Reggie, Mr.
AKA,
Sims.
AKA Sims.
What's going on? What's going on?
Dude,
How you
it's
doing,
good to
my
see
friend?
your face.
Yeah, man. Good to
Who
see
knew,
you guys.
dude? Who knew, Reggie? Who knew you were going to move to San Diego and become one of the most popular actors in LA like 3 months later? I mean, you got busy as soon as you moved. As soon as you moved there, you got busy.
Bro, as
Right?
soon as I moved, it was like, I made the move thinking like, all right, I think this is my year. I'll get a series. I don't have to be in LA. I can recur or have a good series. I can live in San Diego and then just come and work and then go back. And didn't get the series. I tested for a series, didn't get it. And then, so, you guys know the game. When you're not on a series or working regularly, commercials fund your life. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm a commercial guy, and commercials took off, and they're all in person. Like, I mean, literally 95% of commercials are back in person.
Back
And
in
so,
person.
Yeah.
How many
So,
miles
like,
have you put on your car?
Bro, I come back. I was in LA yesterday for a fitting. I had to go home because I came from Temecula with my wife. We had to come to LA for a fitting and then drove to San Diego. And then I turned around and came back this morning for rehearsal. And then I shoot tomorrow and I shoot Thursday and I go home Thursday night. And then I'll probably have a call back on Friday. And then I'll have to be back here on Friday.
Yeah.
And you are loving every second of it.
I know, it's champagne problems.
Soon you'll have your own 1-bedroom apartment in LA. It's a crash
what I mean?
pad, right?
Yeah.
Luckily, I've got friends here who, like, right now I'm in my buddy's guest house. He built like an ADU under his crib, and so I come here anytime I have to come for like multiple days. I just crash in his little back place, pay the cleaning fee that he has a maid come and clean, and it's all good.
Is there a little brass plaque on the door? RW.
There needs to be. We need to go ahead and dedicate this place because I'm here so much. Yeah,
That's awesome, man. I
love
know
it,
you.
dude. It's so good. I'm sorry, Bruce. I was just gonna say, dude, I'm so glad it's picked up and you're doing exactly what you should be doing, and you're crushing it as always.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I know how you feel. I was going to say, when I moved to Ojai from L.A. for that very reason, and then right immediately following that, like a couple months in, I booked a series. This is the only series I've done in my career.
Kyle
XY.
Kyle XY.
And I was up there for I went to Vancouver for 3 years in a row.
Yeah,
and I had my farm, my acre and a half with horses in Ojai. Oh my God, was I living the life.
Yeah.
Bruce, when you were filming up there, just out of curiosity, did you fly up for months at a time, or did you just go up weekly and come back?
Oh no, I was living up there. I had my own place.
Yeah,
up
you got to
there.
be
Oh, you
there,
had to play.
basically.
All right.
Yeah. And I would come back. I would come back for a long weekend or a few days if I had it off. But I would only really come back to see the kids and the wife once a month or two. And I was there. The second season, we had a full 23 episodes, I think. And so I was there for almost 9 months.
Yeah.
Back when there was 23 episodes in a season.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, it was really great.
Killer.
I love Vancouver, too, by the way. Which your wife
Vancouver's
is from, right?
My wife is from Vancouver. It's our anniversary was yesterday. That's what we were doing.
Speaking of which, dude, matching robes, sipping on something.
Yes.
It looked like rosé. I don't know what it was.
It was rosé.
Dude, I was like,
nice.
look at this. Look at these guys.
Bro,
She's
the
a
place
sweetheart.
is. Oh, she's the best. Thank you, man. It was. Have you guys been? You've been. I'm sure, Bruce. You've been to Temecula.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Bruce,
Yeah.
Damon, you guys both been
Yes.
to Temecula.
Yes.
Man, like it's so amazing. Like to have a nice little wine country down here in Southern California, and the wine. It was just a beautiful weekend. The place we stayed at, it's a brand new. It's like a 5-year-old property. It used to be like a full house, and the owner redid the place. so that now it's like a little hotel with her main house a part of it, and then there's like 5 guest rooms that are all a little different, but amazing and beautiful, and just they're so nice. And we went to all the dope wineries and live music and partied afterwards. Great dinners. It was
The smell
it
of
was great.
horse shit in the air. It's really great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Wine and
special.
horse shit, man. What else you need? A little barbecue,
Yeah, and
maybe?
this time of year is the
Steak?
way to go, man. I mean, because I've been there in July and it was just
Oh, just
way
too
way
hot.
too hot.
Way too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to Los Olivos and Santa Barbara wine country. Los Olivos and San Ynez 2 weekends
Yeah.
ago with the wife, and
Oh, really?
it's great. It's like it's one of the when you get there, you're like, dude, everybody's so laid back. You're like, you know what? Maybe just get a little place up here, help make a little wine, and have a recording studio, and
would
call
be
it a day.
amazing. Yeah. that
It's
would
the
be
laid back. It's that
amazing.
lifestyle outside of the city.
Yeah.
Enough,
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 hours away.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it'd be perfect.
Wishful thinking, but something to shoot for, certainly.
We're all just a job, a phone
tell you, it's
call away from that.
That's
We
it.
are. It's motorcycle country too, but both Temecula I've taken motorcycle trips to and up to Santa Barbara. It's great once you get out to the vineyards and ride on the bike. I saw a bunch of bikers this time I was there 2 weeks ago, and I was like, I mean, I was with my wife, and we were having a great time, but I was like, it'd be nice to have the bike. 65 and sunny. Like, oh.
Yeah, my buddy has a place that he Airbnbs out in Temecula, and so he's been telling me we got to take our bikes up there, but he never gets his bike repaired. So it's just me. Like, I keep calling him like, yo, let's take the bike. He has a dope house. He's like, yo, we can ride our bikes up there, go to the wineries, and ride around. I'm like, oh, let's do it. And for like the past 8 months, he keeps telling me, I'm gonna get my bike fixed. I'll get it fixed. Never gets it fixed.
Please, dude, I want to go. I'm in. If it's a day, 2 days, I'm in.
Yeah, that'll be dope, man.
I'm in.
Well, I have a different kind of bike, so it might take me a little bit longer to get there. I have to pedal mine.
Bruce, I'll double you. Just hop on the back, buddy.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Hold on. It's gonna be a
You
wild
don't have a
ride.
sissy bar? You don't have a sissy bar on your bike?
For you, I do.
No.
For Adler, I got a sissy bar for Adler. Let's go.
Or maybe a sidecar?
Yeah, dude.
That'd be fun.
Cool.
That would be hilarious.
This dude at my, I have a vintage BMW, but this older cat at my golf club at the Rose Bowl in Brookside, he plays a game every week, and I pull up and I see him. He's got it's like a 1959 BMW with a sidecar. That's where his clubs go.
Oh,
That's where his clubs. I'm like, one day, brother. I pulled him over one day. I grabbed him like, dude. One day I'm gonna be right where you are. Like I want my clubs riding, so I can drive because I can't drive when I drive my bike to the course. It's just to check on everybody, see how they're doing. I can't bring my clubs.
Yeah, I'd love to
The
see you in a
sidecar, that's the
just
move,
just
yeah.
your head sticking up out of it with the big World War II goggles.
Yeah.
And your hair flowing in the. Oh, sorry, your hair doesn't flow in the breeze.
Oh, it does now. Long hair don't care, dude. I shaved my head.
hey, look at you.
Dude, I've shaved my head for 25, 30 years on my own. I got curls back. I'm getting
Bro.
I'm dreading it
David.
out. My wife's like, do not start the dreads. I got the best Larry. This is my best Larry David. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
There's nothing here. I need a yarmulke here to cover this up, but I have a little hair here, and then this is all. So
You know,
I'm a
if it
wild
grows
old-
out, you put on a leather jacket, and you're going to look like a fucking cool producer in L.A., man. You're going to look like a producer. You're going to look like
That's
that's
there it
the
is.
goal. That's my goal. That's the goal.
right.
'Cause I don't want to be a producer. I still want to act. I don't want to be a producer. But to look like a cool one with the long hair and maybe
just wanna walk by
eventually
all the
get that little
babes and have them go.
ponytail.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
did the same thing. Like forever, I was shaving my head for like 20 years, and during COVID, I was like, let me just grow it and see. You know what
I
I'm saying?
saw
Let me
you
just-
with that hair coming out.
Let
That's
it just
nice.
grow, and I was like, I'll just let it grow for a little bit, and so it literally does change the way that you're viewed as far as casting directors and the whole deal. Like
yeah.
from bald to having like even just a little bit of hair just makes a difference. It's like it's a little younger, a little friendlier. Like it's just different. And
You look so badass with a huge afro, man.
oh man,
Well,
I
I've seen you with an afro, Reggie.
yeah.
What is the role I'm talking about? I forget because I don't have my notes in front of me because Bruce has them. Thank you, Bruce, for that.
It was on a show called Good Girls
I don't. You
Revolt.
don't.
It was a show called Good Girls Revolt that was sadly canceled after one season by Amazon when Roy Price was the head of Amazon Studios. He canceled it because he did not like the show. I don't know why. It was one of their higher rated shows. It was fantastic, written and created by Dana Calvo and Jesus, I'm forgetting the other lady's name, but Dana Calvo was the creator and one of the head writers, and just great show, great opportunity. I got directed by Scott Winnett. I don't know if you guys did you ever work? Any of you guys ever work with Scott Winnett?
I have not. No.
He was one of the, he directed a bunch of everything, but he was one of the main directors for Breaking Bad. He did some Mad Men as well.
Oh, he did.
And just a great director. And we got to collaborate. He really let me tell the story of the guy. I was playing the Black Panther, and it was just one of my favorite. It was one of my favorite role to this day. That I got to play that and learn about the historic significance of the Panthers, because all I ever knew was these are black dudes who seemed like they were really cool, and they were fists up and black leather coats and guns and whatever.
Yeah.
But these
not afraid to get what's off their chest.
Exactly, stand up for what they believed in, and they were actually really helping their communities.
They were standing up for other people.
Yep.
Yeah, standing up for the people and just using their American rights to fight back, and they got taken out, bro. Literally, the government took them out.
Well, do you have any family members older than you, uncles, aunts, anybody that was in the movement before
no, I don't
you were
have
born?
any,
or
no, my parents were adjacent. You know what I mean? They had family members who were. Because you think about it, they were the militant side of the. You know what I'm saying? You grew up black family in the 70s. You're trying to just make sure you doing all right for what you got going on, right?
Yeah.
You don't got a bunch of time to have these extra militant, movements. And there's people who dedicated themselves to that. And there's other people who are yo, I'm trying to make sure I can take care of my kids and my family. And everybody had their own lane to stay in. And so my family was on the straight and narrow, business side of things. But they had, cousins who were, let's go out there and rough some stuff up and really get about it. And you know what I mean? So, we had adjacent. Black Panther adjacent.
Yeah. Like Beverly Hills adjacent. We know that area. Everybody's like, Beverly Hills adjacent. Yeah, that sounds good. They go down there a little too close to the 10 for me. Yeah, right? Whatever. Yeah, but I get adjacent.
Well, it's right up your alley too, Reg, because I remember during COVID, you started this Valley of Change movement here in LA from the George Floyd shit that happened. And Breonna Taylor. And let's talk about that just for a minute here, because I joined you for multiple weeks on that thing.
Yeah, it was great, man. Out there holding the sign and just doing what you can, and it was a great.
We got right in the middle of the street and stopped traffic and everything.
It was great, man.
I saw the videos, and I was upset that I wasn't right there with you guys.
No, man.
I saw it. So
everybody had their part and did what they could, and it's everybody moves at their own pace, and when they can do, they do. If they can't, you can't. Right. But as long as your heart's in the right place, it was great to start the movement. I actually came there to it, and there was I remember I drove past the corner of Ventura and what is that damn street? Sepulveda.
Yeah.
Sepulveda and Ventura. And I remember I was driving down, and all of a sudden I saw a group of people standing on the corner holding some signs and just hands up, or justice for Breonna Taylor and George Floyd. And I was like, that's pretty dope, man. I would love to get out there and especially I was with my son. I wanted my son to get out there and just know about, it doesn't have to be. We were watching on TV because at the same time, there was in Minnesota where George Floyd, all that happened. There was, the Target was burned to the ground, and there was a lot of violence going on.
Right.
And, that had its place, whatever those people, with the feelings they had, they were in that community, they had their thing to do, and it went the way it went. I wasn't coming to it from a place of let's burn something down. I was coming to it from a way, hey, let's get as many people as we can involved that want to say something, but aren't here to go to jail or get into a fight with, you know what I mean? They want to be able to stand up and say, this is what we believe and this is how we feel. And so when I saw those people there, I got out there on the corner with them and started talking. And then we started like organizing more and figuring out, you know, I knew how to like put some things together and get some other people and get some resources, you know, together that we could get more people out there. And it just blossomed into something great, you know, for a while. And it was beautiful. But then it kind of went downhill because not as all these things go, but sometimes good intentions are not always kept by people that you expect them to have. You know what I mean? Like the person who I was partnered with, you know, kind of turned out to be not on the up and up. And it was just not a good deal. And so I ended up leaving the organization that I basically started, left it to her because, you know, and also I was working and it was getting busy. And it's like, I'm not going to be here to fight. I'm not going to court to try to take this thing. And if you want it so bad that, and hopefully you keep it going and keep this thing going the way that we initially planned on it going. And sadly, it hasn't. But they're still around and they're still doing certain things. But
I was going to say she's still trying. I mean, she's
still trying. She's still doing a piece of what her vision was for it, and it just wasn't the same vision that the people that started it, me and, you know, other people who founded it. That was not. We wanted to do a little more, and this person wanted to take it to something else and kind of backdoored and took it herself, you know. And so,
well, I think we can all relate to being a part of a movement to some sort. But when you take it to the streets and it's a movement, becomes a bigger movement. It's like when you go to an NFL game in Philly, all of a sudden there's a mob mentality and people act different than they would if they were around their family and friends. Mob mentality, and then you add a bunch of booze, they're drinking, you know, from 8 in the morning. Then it becomes a mob mentality, and then they start fucking it up. They're going against the message you're there to send. Because they're like, oh, we can throw bottles at people and we can, you know, do some dumb shit. Let's light some fires. Whatever it may be, it turns out the good intentions. Well, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. But when the mob mentality kind of destroys some of that sometimes, and the message is lost and becomes, hey, we need to, the police or what, we got to contain this. Like, they're about to. It's about to get bad. Anyway, I understand.
This never happened with this group. It never happened with this group.
No.
This
and
was
we
all,
and
this was
no, I'm sorry.
because-
I'm sorry. To backtrack, I wasn't trying to say Reggie and
Yeah, that's one way it goes sour. But there was a whole bunch of love going on that whole time that Reggie was there and that I was there anyway. And I mean, people would bring you guys by the organization and the group, just loads of soft drinks and food and whatever we wanted, cases of water. Everybody was it was a great community effort.
It was,
and you guys
it was really well.
said your piece and you got heard.
Yeah. I think we helped a lot of people stay involved and gave people a chance to, especially, you know, this is during COVID where people were shut in, you know, and so it gave people a chance to come out and have some community as well, you know.
Right, you guys were wearing masks for the first.
Yeah,
year,
we were in
right?
masks.
Yeah,
like out there in the hot sun, breathing in masks, trying to just stay. We were staying our distance, you know, being like 6 feet apart when that whole thing was, trying to just stay and sanitizer. Like that was so crazy, bro. Do you guys remember how crazy COVID was?
Oh, well, let's talk about Cold War. Let's talk about doing Cold War. And I'm getting shipped a box from Activision, and they're like, the guy's gonna drop it off, pick it up, put it, you don't touch it for 24 hours because they had no idea. Like me and Kristen, my wife, we're bringing the groceries home, and we're Lysoling everything before we put it away in the fridge. We're like, because we were all freaked out, didn't know.
Washing
so we had to
groceries.
let the recording set from Activision set for 24 hours for you. Of course, I never listened to that. You open it up, the first thing there is 100 Lysol wipes. So then I wipe down the board, the 3-channel mixer, the mics, you know. Yes.
Yeah.
So Cold War. We talked. Bruce and Lily and I talked about this last week, maybe. And Lily was in a closet with a blanket over her head to try to deaden the sound a little bit. Where were you when you had to do Cold War from your place? Were you in the Valley?
Yeah, I was in my walk-in closet in my house. I set up I had a walk-in which worked perfect because you got all your clothes around, so that's already taking away the sound's not the sound's not bouncing off the clothes.
Yeah.
And then I put some foam behind on my door on the back, and I put a sheet on the wall next to me, and it was perfect. Like, I did the sound there, and I basically used that as my recording studio for the next 3 or 4 years. And I've booked and worked jobs out of my closet, like voiceover. It was phenomenal.
I saw you taking pictures, being like, I just read for this. The next day, Instagram would be like, remember that thing I read for yesterday in my closet? Yeah, I booked it.
Reggie's in the
booking
closet.
Dude, I could see your shirt. You had some kind of Shure mic there on. I remember I remember, Reg. Yeah, I remember it. Yeah, I was paying attention. Yeah.
It was fantastic, man. Like it was great. Like and Cold War was so fun because that's where we all first met.
That's right.
I remember
so huge.
Oh yeah. It was,
what I want to talk. Obviously, we all got cast sometime in 2019. But the coolest thing they did, I think, was they said Reggie, Bruce, Damon, and Damon Dayub, we're going to send you to Raven in January in Madison, Wisconsin, and these guys are going to give you some military training. You can learn how to operate an M16 and clear a room, have each other's back in six, blah blah. So we went through mazes. Let's go. When we got cast to do that, I was like, this was the best. I'm like, this is the best thing ever. We're going for training, not even shooting. We haven't seen a script. We're going for training.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was so cool.
You're welcome, by the way. That was partly to do with me because when I first met the dev team too, I had this meeting with them, and they brought me out to Raven, and I said this we should do this with the core of us. We should really, because what we're all craving as actors is information, right? And we didn't have enough information to start the game at that point. And since we're going to be the core part of this entire game, we need to come in here and just absorb everything you can give us.
Yeah.
So they had us all come out.
Yeah, that was so great and so fun. And just like a great bonding, you know what I mean? Like we were there and we just
the best bonding.
Best. We got to like all be friends and stay friends and
all in a hotel. We're all in the hotel. They blast us out for 8 hours. Like I had no idea the guns that we were going to be carrying on stage were 8 or 9 pounds. Dude, we did 8-hour days. We did 4 hours, took an hour lunch, and 4 hours. Yeah. We were done by the end. We're like, please get me to the room. I need a shower, and then let's go have some drinks because I'm tired.
Yeah, exactly.
And we walked 100 yards across our parking lot to this bar, and in Madison, Wisconsin, January.
Daltz.
What's it called?
Daltz. I think it was Daltz.
I don't know. Daltz is the one by the hotel.
Right there. Yeah. Yes, not where we went for the pub cheese later. We'll get to that story. Yeah. But we walk around, and the drinks, they're like, they're half price drinks tonight. So we were drinking like Crown Royal and soda or something.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, they were like
whiskey.
$2.50 or $3 a pop. Yeah. Our whole check for 4 of us after we were there for 3.5 hours, it was like $70, and I was like, I'll get this.
I think it was less than that. I was going to say $40.
It was crazy. Whatever it was. It was nuts, and we ate food and had a blast. Yeah,
it was a good.
That bonding, you can't. That bonding, you can't replace. You can't. That's something that made our game so special.
Yeah,
our core hung out. When we did the scenes on stage, it was great. But afterwards, when we'd hang out, it was like that was something special because they started it. Right, they spearheaded that, us going to Wisconsin, and then we kind of kept it going from there. Would you agree with that?
Yeah,
Bruce?
and for sure. I would say, it's great, but it only works if there's not one asshole. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like nobody. Because if there's one asshole, it could kind of fuck up everything, right? But it was so dope that we had 4 dope people that made it. Like everybody was like personable, cool. Nobody, no attitudes, none of that. Like it was just, that doesn't always happen. You know what I mean? I've been on trips with where one person is just a grenade. You know what I mean? Like they're just the worst, and so it just bleeds into everything, and everybody has a bad attitude because one person makes something. You know what I mean? But everybody was in such great spirits and just like cool people, and we're still friends to this day. I mean, like I check in with you guys all the time. I check in
All
with
the
Damon,
time.
with DD all the time. You know, and like it's dope.
I just worked with him on a movie with Chris Payne. And,
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that. So, what was the scoop on that? Was Chris producing? Was his wife producing, or what was going on?
No. Chris just called me out of the blue one day, and he got involved with this Italian screenwriter, filmmaker, Max Leonida, who now weirdly lives in Iowa. So,
wow.
But he wrote this script based on a true story about this American general that was kidnapped in 1982 by the Italian hostage
takers
called
hostage takers.
Hostage takers. Yes, it was a group called the.
In the script, that's what they're called. Yeah.
It was called.
Go ahead.
I
We got
think
it.
of a
Yeah.
word to describe them, but the Red Brigades. They were called the
Okay.
Brigate Rossa. And it was real.
Okay.
They kidnapped the Prime Minister of Italy and killed him.
Wow.
So anyway, this was the first time that an American general had been killed, who was stationed in northern Italy. Anyway, Chris plays that guy. He's the lead.
Oh, wow.
And so they had to cast this friend of his, also an American general, who helps organize the rescue. And he offered me the role. Because he talked to the director, and the director said, "Yeah, let's bring him in."
Yeah.
And so we all went to Italy and shot this thing. And
But
went to Iowa
he
as
got
well.
he cast Didi as well. He cast Damon Dayoub as well, right?
Right, and Damon, Damon plays an officer that's under my command,
Yeah.
about equally important in the
That's
story.
great.
Yeah.
Great relationships keep things going, man.
Yeah, it was so cool.
Yeah.
That's how it works. That's great. How long were you guys in Italy?
I was there 10 days. I only shot 2 days when I was in Italy. My stuff was wrapped up, and so I went to Florence by myself and just
Oh
fucked around.
gosh.
It was great. It was awesome.
So Bruce
That
has been to Europe twice in the last 6 months.
Last fall, yeah, because
yeah.
Well, we got
to
to go. We got to go.
I saw
to
that.
London, which was great, and we extended it a week and went to Ireland together. And
Yeah.
it was a great time. But then he was right back in Italy.
Oh man. Yeah.
That's one of the best perks of our job is
Right.
when we get to travel.
Well, that was the first thing Chris said to me. He said, "Do you want to go to Italy and do a film?"
Nope. hell, fucking yes, I do. Yeah.
Am
what
I
do you
being
mean?
punked? What's going
Yeah.
on here?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so dope, and that looked so dope when you guys were out in London for Black Ops. That looked amazing.
Reggie,
Like,
we had
just-
such a good time.
We missed
man.
you.
And
We
all,
missed
dude,
you.
all we
For
did
sure.
every night, because we hung out with Brave and Treyarch, all the people. All we did was tell stories about Cold War and how tight the Cold War cast was.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
because,
Yeah.
dude, that does not come along every game, every
speaking of
series, every movie. Please,
You've seen Reggie. You've I'm sure seen the cutscene with you and I in the desert.
No, let's talk about that.
Yes.
6, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of people's favorite scene.
I've heard.
There's something to that scene, and we knew it when we were shooting it, right? We could feel
Yeah.
it.
It just felt good. It felt like
I mean,
like
you know why
old
too?
times.
You know why too? I should ask you why first, but I think it's because we did all this because of our relationship,
Yeah.
and the way we are together. The kind of space they allowed us to breathe into that scene really told a lot about us.
Yeah.
We didn't
Yeah.
just cook along the dialogue and get it over with. We allowed it to breathe.
Yeah, it was great, and I think you're right. It speaks to like relationship. Like, I mean, no bullshit. Like Bruce has been to my house. We record auditions together. We've done it for years. He was, he's out there with the protests. We went golfing, and we didn't go golfing. We went to hit some balls.
range.
Yeah,
we
we
went to the range.
Went to the range.
I've been to
I
the
was
range
not-
with you. Yeah, I know. I've been.
I was not good, but we went
Doesn't
and
matter. You get better.
hung out.
Keep
Yeah,
at it.
and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like this has been my guy for years, and he's hung out and talked to my wife, and it's just.
Yeah.
And when you get to work with people that are really like genuinely your friends, it just makes the work so much better and so much easier, and just feels so real.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it was
it really
was
does
fun.
because it makes a big difference because if you meet the person you're doing a scene or two or three the day before in rehearsal and then you go in and do it, it could be badass, it could be great, but if you know this person going in, there's a trust there. Like if the three of us were given a scene to do, so let's say this year for the Black Ops 6, one of the seasons, there's a trust there that we've had since 2020 when we went to Madison, right? That's already there. So we're like, yeah, I know these dudes are going to show up and crush it. So I got to show up
10
and
years
crush
later.
it. You're going to push me. You're going to push me to be on my game because I know these two fuckers are bringing their game.
Yeah.
But we trust each other there, so we know nobody's going to fuck it up. It's all going to be gold. It just makes it so much better, so much easier, so much freer. You're free. We're free with each other for sure because we can say anything we want to each other, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Or can we? Am I overstep? I may be overstepping.
No, you say whatever you want. No, it's really cool, and I think that scene was fun. All the scenes that I think I was in 2 or 3. I think, but it was all with you though, and like I know the one. I love the one where you've got the guy you're about to have you got him like by the engine of the plane.
Yeah, that was Gusev.
Gusev. We got Gusev by the engine of the plane, and I got to come grab him out. It was like
he's about to go into the engine.
Yeah. What's the line you give? What's the line you give him right before that? You're like,
I don't remember.
Right before you stick him towards the propeller. You're like, let's find out what he knows. What do you say? There's a line there. Damn it.
I don't know. Yeah, I forget.
Anyway, the scene between you guys.
But it was great too because I know Yuri Lowenthal. He's the actor who played Gusev, and we've not like we are the three of us, but I know him socially through. I've been to a couple pool parties with him and just hanging out and shooting shit.
Pool parties.
So I had, as we do in L.A. Reading scripts by the pool together. What are you reading? Oh, I can't show you.
But the scene between you guys that we were originally talking about before we went up, that's when you guys you're on the tarmac, right?
That's the one where we're on the tarmac where he's got his.
Well, as soon as that popped up and the people played, I think the first thing I did was text. I recorded it with my phone.
Yeah.
And sent it right to you guys, and it was. I mean, it's one of the best scenes of the game. I will say. I mean,
it's cool, man. Like, and the fans
like you said,
are so dope.
Yeah.
The fans are so cool. Like, what? Cold War was 2019, 2020 it came out. 2020, right? Yeah. And so we have that whole year of it going on, and then 3 years later, we get this one, and I can pop in and. As time waits on, I'm still, I still have a nice little fandom from, the Sims character, and people still, I got followers on IG who are just there because of Sims, and people will, you see people tag us and stuff all the time, right?
Yeah.
And
they love Sims. They love Sims.
So I'll go in, and I'll see some of these videos, and I'll click in, and I'll just go online and I'll Google Black Ops 6 and see something, and then all of a sudden you see the video or the scene with you and I, and then there's just loads of comments of people just talking about Sims and Adler and how much it's just so cool, man, to see that people are resonate so much with people and how much they love this thing. And then sometimes you get the haters too. I'll go in sometimes and I'll see
wouldn't be Call of Duty without.
But the love, dude, as usual, the love is 90%, the hate's 10, even 98%, 2%, 8, whatever it is. It's so they want to see Sims and Adler back together in the future. They're pushing for that. Activision pays attention to these. They pay attention to these things. They're like,
I was surprised to
go ahead.
Yeah, I was surprised to be. Because I didn't know I was going to be in Black Ops 6. I got a call out of nowhere. They're like, "Hey, you want to come and do a couple of scenes?" I was like, what? Hell yes. Because after Cold War, I wasn't dead, so I was like, anything could happen. I could come back.
Dude,
I mean, who knows, right?
You're around, Reggie. You're around for the next.
So it was really dope, man, to get the call and come back, and you get to work, and and then you're hanging out and talking to the team, and they're like, "Oh, we love your character. People love your character," and it's just nice to hear, And
it's cool to have, from my perspective, from Adler's perspective, it's cool to have the strength of Sims, the moral strength, in the center he's become years later after Cold War. He's just sort of. He's the measurement to which Adler can bounce off of. Adler's still doing his wild shit, right? He's still off the path, but Sims has become this fence post of morality
Yeah.
compared to Adler.
Yeah. No, it's really cool.
Even though he wants to go on the adventure too.
Yeah. Eventually, he does. He does want to get out there and still mix it up just a little bit. But
the path he's chosen, is he a little smarter? Is he like, you know what? This is great. Desk job. Way out here, not involved.
Yeah.
Until
he is.
Hey man, when Adler shows up, he's dangling the carrot in front of him. He's like, yo, we're up to our old shit. You want to come along?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, but he's also asking for a favor as well, right? Yeah.
Have you guys had friends like that in life? I used to when I was younger.
God.
I lived down in North Carolina for a bit going to college,
course,
and there was some rednecks the friends that I had. Just from working.
Now you're speaking my language, right?
From working I was working in a hotel, in the Hilton Hotel, and I was in the banquet department. So we were just setting up huge 600 people conventions in this Hilton Hotel, and with a bunch of really deep South people that have lived their entire lives, never left the state. And so, I had this friend who was just, first of all, he had a problem with alcohol, so he would just go off on binges, and then he would come back and work with us, and he was wasted on his ass. He would smoke cigarettes and super Southern, so he's just a firecracker of a guy. And I'd go, oh God, Robin's here again. Shit. Even though I liked the guy, I'd go out drinking. I liked him, but he became so much of a problem in my life just from being around.
Bad influence. Yeah, we all have those. Of course.
Yeah,
Reggie,
we got those.
Lord knows I do. Reggie, please, you have somebody you want to talk
Oh,
about?
I've
let's hear it.
had friends that were bad influences, that you just. But the problem with the bad influence friend is.
Wait, where is the bad influence? Growing up, where are you in your life? What town are you in? Where are you growing up?
Well, I grew up in San Jose, California, right? So I was there. I was in San Diego for a bit, and then I went back to San Jose. I was in Arizona for a little bit. But in San Jose, of course, I had, I played football, and I had some bad influence friends around. But the problem with the bad influence friends is they're fun.
They're fun.
Yep, exactly.
It's fun. So it's like, I shouldn't, but I'm gonna do it. Let's just go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go and then you have the fun and you're like, oh my God. But then after you've done this, you're like, I can't get away with this many times.
I used to come back to work. I would get in trouble. I'd be out all night with them. We were doing all kinds of substances that we weren't supposed to be doing. And I'd come back to work, and Robin would come back to work, and he'd be wasted. And I would also be wasted and hungover and having not slept. And my manager, he wouldn't scold Robin. He wouldn't look at him cross-eyed. He would look at me and go, "What the hell are you doing? This is not you." And I go,
"Yeah,
you're right."
That's like one of your parents saying they're not mad at you. They're disappointed.
I know.
When your teacher says, "Why are you hanging out with that dude?" Like, his potential is here.
He's fun.
Your potential is up here. What are you doing? It made you feel like
Look,
it was.
We came back
made
with
you
a
feel
puppy.
like she's not mad at you, but she's disappointed. Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, but it's everything works for what it's supposed to. You have those influences for a period of time because they're supposed to be there to shape you into what you are and test your limits. So now you can have
really
this certain amount of fun. And your level, your threshold.
You find your own. That's how you find your boundaries.
Exactly.
Who you're supposed to be.
Yeah,
that's right.
And so I never judged the unless they were just crazy. There was this dude I hung out with when I was I was probably like 19 or 20. Mm-hmm. This guy was. I mean, he's in jail now. This dude was like, and he was just a loose cannon. Yeah. Like. I mean, he was, always back then. All we did was smoke weed when I was like 19. All we knew about was like weed, especially like black dudes. You know what I mean? I don't know. We didn't mess around with any other substance except for some weed. You know what I mean? Like as far as my little young crew was
you weren't a crackhead?
No, we didn't mess around with none of that. We didn't mess around.
That's the stereotype. Yeah. Bruce, easy. Take it easy.
So this dude was always smoking weed, but he was always ready to get into a fight. I mean, this guy.
That's the worst guy to hang around. Like, anybody looking for a fight, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
This night's going to end up, we're all fucking running, or we're in jail. It's stupid. I hate that guy. Like, who's looking for I want to go out to have a good time.
Right.
I like a good time drunk, somebody who's fun, who doesn't, like, you see that dude looking at me over the bar, and then he's ready. I'm like, come on, dude. I can't do that. Can't do it.
Drink, smoke, and then be just crazy. So one day, I remember, this is like the last, I was like, I can't hang out with this guy. We were just hanging out at my buddy's house. Not the guy's house, but he was always at this house because I don't know where his family was. But he was just always there. And there's an ice cream man coming through the neighborhood. And this dude was like, man, I want some money. And I was like, no, bro. No.
Dude. It's going to be 7-year-olds trying to buy ice cream while you do it.
He went, knocked the ice cream dude out, took his money, and bounced. Like, left. Ice cream dude is sitting there in the car like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, what is this? That was it. I was like, no, I can't be around because something. Yeah. And eventually, he's in prison. Of course, it was gonna go that way, but I had to. Yeah, it was. But the before, you know what I mean? But that was the guy. If you were ever in a pinch or in any kind of like trouble, you wanted him there because he was ready to throw down at anything.
He's gonna ride or die. He's gonna ride or die with you. Yeah, there's no. He was that. Yeah. That'll give you a lot of confidence in the world.
Was he also? Was he loyal to you guys? Did he have your back?
Yeah, like he was our guy, but he was just a little crazy. You know what I mean? It was just like, but he was family to like my boy. My boy, who was like one of my best friends. He was a little off his, but he wasn't like that guy. Yeah. This guy had no filter. But around us, he was our dude though. And if anything ever popped off, he was ready to fight. If anybody even like said a wrong vowel around you, he was ready to like fight. And you're like, damn, this is somebody you love the loyalty, but he's gonna get you in trouble at some point. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. You're gonna be at the 7-Eleven, and he's gonna be like, "Did that white dude just say the N-word?"
And the dude was saying,
"It's a rumble." Yeah.
He's saying nasty.
Nancy.
Even if he didn't say exactly.
He didn't say nothing. He was saying the word Nancy, and the dude heard N, and he was just ready to go. That was who he was. In anything. It was he was ready to go. It was crazy, man.
Yeah. So we all know those dudes.
Yeah. So to you guys, how's the podcast? How's this going? How you guys enjoying it? Because I did a podcast for a while, and there was so much work, and just I was by myself too.
Well, of course, that's the first thing we found out. We're like, whoa, this is a shitload of work, right, Bruce? That was the first thing we found out. It's great.
Now we don't have to do a lot of editing with this software. We can just it just sort of makes it super easy to cut shit out and do that kind of stuff. So which thank God, because I'm a complete moron when it comes to technology. And,
Damon's, I'm not far behind. I'm not far behind.
Much. He's a little less of a moron than me, but.
But yes, thank for Riverside, right where we are right now. So Reg, this is we're doing video recording, but it's just audio, and we may do clips if we get it so advanced to do little clips of us having conversation on camera. So most of it's gonna be all audio to start, and then we'll see where it goes. But that's how we're starting.
Where are you at? Are you in your booth?
I'm in Highland Park in my booth. Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice.
He's in his closet.
I'm in my closet.
You made like booth in the closet.
I mean, I could close it up, but it looks a little too creepy. Then it's like
And then now, and Bruce, you're in your. I'm in
my bedroom.
Your bedroom. What is that? What is behind you?
It's a painting that my ex-wife made of me up at that Ojai Ranch. I was out there in the corral during sunset one day, and she got an idea and just kind of. Painted a
cool.
Silhouette.
Yeah, she did a great job. That looks like your silhouette as a cowboy for sure.
Yeah.
It's a good piece.
Can't miss the shoulders.
Really, I wasn't making a joke. I'm glad you find it funny, but when I walked in Bruce's bedroom when I was there visiting, I was like, dude, looks good.
Yeah, it
He was in
good.
my bedroom visiting.
Visiting. I thought. Hold on. Yeah, I was thinking it was. I was thinking it might be like. I was thinking, what was the Eastwood? Uh,
Unforgiven.
I was thinking Unforgiven for some
Yeah.
reason. I was thinking Unforgiven or Red Dead Redemption.
Ah, yeah,
Red
that's
Dead.
what it looks like.
Yeah,
Well, that's
I was
why
like,
I do it. So
What a
I'm
game.
Just planting,
What a game.
In case the
Planting
developer
seeds.
sees it,
Okay.
Oh, we need him in Red Dead. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, we all want to do Red Dead, and I do.
Yeah.
I've never even played. I don't even know what it is. I've read for it. I don't know what it is.
That's one of the games I actually played when we were on tour. We had a couple games, a baseball game, and we had Red Dead Redemption. And this was like 2004. And Red Dead Redemption, you're on this train, and you're jumping up on the train, running across. It looks like the coolest thing to be a part of.
Wow.
Anyway, hopefully we'll get some Red Dead actors on here at some point, because
That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
there's two of them I have written down somewhere. Anyway,
Yeah.
it looks like a great game.
I did
great
I
game.
did a convention with one of them. Yeah, we could get somebody up here. But yeah, no, it's going great. We just started. I think this is our 5th one. So, in fact, we haven't launched yet as of doing this. It's
you
taken
haven't
a
put them
little
out
while
yet?
to get it going.
Oh, okay, cool. So you just get them all together and you're going to drop
Yes.
them all.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's great.
We're trying to bank a few before we start releasing them, because once we
Yeah.
release them, then we're gonna have to lock it in, like
Yeah.
at least like one interview a week or one every other 2 weeks. So we're trying to bank a few.
It's great though. At least you guys like have a co-host and you have guests that are coming, and because I was doing mine solo and it was sports, and literally I have to watch so much content, read so much stuff, so I actually know what I'm talking about.
Every game, yeah.
Almost every game. I had to watch almost every game to be good. I wasn't just trying to be talking about stuff I didn't know. Like I never want to do that. Just be up there, hating or giving opinions on things I don't really know. So I was watching so much sports, reading so much sports, watching all the sports shows, and it was just like driving me insane. After a while, I was like, I can't.
Well, it's all consuming, man. When you do, it's all consuming, right? Because you had to spend obviously Thursday night. So, I don't know. Yeah, it's all Sunday and Monday
Also,
night. You got
it's football,
but you can't watch every game. You can watch the red
Yeah.
zone on Sunday, but you still have to go back and watch key play. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And to do a
lot.
one-man podcast, there's a few guys that do it, but it's tough. And I'm not saying you didn't do it like they did, but like Bill Burr does his own. It's tough to do it one man. I think it's better when there's a couple cast of characters to help out.
This is easy for us because this podcast is about nothing, so we don't have any research to do. We just chat.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's what we're trying to do, is bring in all kinds of all walks of life in the arts.
Yeah.
And just having good hard chats about what inspires us, what we how we live our lives.
There it is, man.
Yeah.
And
Did you grow up with the arts, by the way? Did you have arts running through your family, or is it mostly?
Yeah, well, my mom and dad met at singing competitions. They were both singers. Yeah, in high school, and so they met singing talent shows and whatnot. And they were always, my dad was, a football player, basketball player, and he was a really good singer. My mom was a really good singer, and they were just. That's what they did. And so as I grew up, I wanted to be a singer, but more than that, I always just wanted to be on TV. Like I wanted to play football on TV or be on TV. And so that's all I ever did. From as a kid up, I played football and I was in like plays. And that was it. You know what I mean? And
so while you were you're on the high school football team, you're also in drama?
No.
In the drama
not
class.
in high school, because
Not
in
in
high
high school.
school,
It's all
I was
football.
too self-conscious. Like I was like, especially in high school, the high school, the acting, the drama club is all like the goth kids and kind of like just like the theater, nerds.
It's an entirely different population.
Oh, it's so different.
Completely
and
different.
so I was like, I can't be spending weeks with these people. Like I was the quarterback of the football team. I was the most popular guy in school.
But you couldn't spend time because you were scared what the team was going to think. Like you're hanging out with the theater people.
I was like, I'm gonna do that. But then
I think
when
that
I got
exists
to-
everywhere. That exists in every high school.
Like my junior year, once I got to my junior year and I was already the man for like freshman and sophomore, I stopped really caring so much about what everybody else thought. And so I started auditioning for the plays. Like I auditioned for like 3 or 4, because I think they did like 3 or 4 plays a year. And I auditioned and I booked like 2 of them. But then when I would get to the point of being like, okay, and I got to come to these rehearsals, I would be like, nah, I'm not coming to this all the time. And so that happened like by my senior year. The drama teacher, I forgot her name, is Mrs. Taylor. My senior year, she was like, I can't keep putting you in these things and you just quit. So you either need to like do it or not do it. But I think you have I think you're gonna be on TV. So she told me, she was like, you're gonna be on TV. You should really push for this thing. You should push for this because you have this personality that people should watch you on TV.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
I was like, all right, and I still didn't do the plays. I still didn't do it. I kept playing football, but then when I got to college, I jumped into a play. But it gave me
planted the seed.
Yeah, planted the seed for me that this is something I should do. And she had been trying to be an actor, and she was like, "You should do this. I really think you could do this."
So then you were given the gift of a torn ACL, which kind of
torn ACL
pushed you right
when I got to college, and it was just like after that, I jumped into a play in college called Bad Habits, and that dude too, the director.
College
of Bad
where?
Habits,
Where was it? Where was the college play?
This was West Valley College in Northern California.
Okay.
And the director's name was Brad Davis, I want to say. And I auditioned for this, booked the role, and that guy was telling me too. He was like, "You should move to Hollywood. You should not be here in San Jose. Go to Hollywood.
You're standing out.
Give it
You're
a
making
shot."
us all look bad.
He was like, "Give it a shot." And I was like, "All right, I'm going." And that was it. I moved to LA after that and just grinded my way to now.
That's amazing for a few reasons. I think we all have a few people, teachers, aunts, uncles, whoever it was, tell us, "Yo, you have this. Take it and do something with it."
Yeah.
But sounds like you had several people tell you that, which is even better for your confidence. So
yeah, it was great. And I always felt that I always felt like this was gonna be what I was gonna do. Like I never wanted to do anything else. I only wanted to either be an actor. I wanted to be Theo Huxtable. That was it. Literally. Like I used to watch the Cosby
Dude,
Show
I wanted to live in that I wanted to live in that brownstone. I'm like, look at this. Look at these sweaters.
Yeah.
Look, I just want a sweater. Yeah. It looks like such a fun family. So functional.
Yeah, man. I wanted to be Theo. I wanted to be Cockroach or Bud. Like that was, or Kenny. You remember? Like
My name's Bud.
Yeah, remember his name?
So
She's like,
dude.
he's like, that's
it.
just Bud. And his real name was Kenny. But like, I always wanted to be either. I just wanted to be on the Cosbys. So like, as a kid growing up and going through, like school, it was always in the back of my mind. Like, at some point, I really want to try to do this thing because I think I can do it. Like, and the craziest thing was like, I always thought when I first moved to LA, everybody. I don't know how you guys felt when you first get here. You think you're going to be a star automatically. Like I thought when I got here, it was like, I'm going to be doing movies with Tom Cruise.
Of course.
As soon as I get to Hollywood and, you know what I mean? And then you go through the paces, you learn, and you start getting in class, and you figure out like, this is actually a job. And there's like, it's art, but there's also craft to it that you have to know and technicals and all this stuff. And it was, but it's beautiful, man. I love it. There's nothing else I'd rather do.
The only thing that was similar with me is when I was a kid on the farm in Michigan, I would come home from school and watch Batman, the original Adam West campy Batman.
Burt Ward and Adam West.
Yeah. And deep in my heart, I wanted to be Batman so badly. Wow. And I was able to be Batman.
Voice? Yeah. That's amazing.
No, I mean on camera too. I did.
When did you?
I did 3 years of commercials when the Batmobile.
Oh
had
yeah,
OnStar.
that's right. I remember that.
OnStar, right?
I'm the OnStar Batman. Yeah.
Oh,
it was Super Bowl commercials. So.
Back when residuals were residuals.
And that was just so fucking trippy, man. To look in the mirror with the bat suit on and just trip my fucking little boy self out.
Yeah,
it's so crazy.
That's crazy too. Like I don't know how you guys, but I grew up being a video game like connoisseur, I always wanted to be in a video game. That was I remember, it was. I thought it would be the coolest thing in the world to be in a video game that actually I could play, and for Call of Duty to happen and to be my face, my voice, as
your likeness.
That was when that happened, and it was Call of Duty too, because I don't know how your guys' booking went. But I didn't know what the hell I was
we didn't know.
for.
No one knows.
Idea.
No one. It's unlocked.
We talked about it. We don't know.
Man.
We didn't know until they called me to book me. Then they told me.
Yeah, I didn't even know when I got booked. I thought, they booked me, and my agent sent me. They're like, "Hey, so they're offering you the role in this game," and I was like, "What's the game?" And they're like, I don't really. They were like, "We don't really know. It's like a code name." And so they went back and they asked, and then they came back and they're like, "Oh God, it's Call of Duty." I was like, "Shut the fuck up! Are you serious?" What?
I forgot what our code name was. What was our original code name for Cold War? I forgot what it was. I know what it was for Black Ops 6.
Wasn't Polaris?
No. That was Black Ops. I forget, man.
What was the name? Damn it! We all have 100 emails
Starfield.
from Ivy about it.
Yeah.
I did Starfield, and the code name was Drum.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But we all, that's all we get is code names when we audition.
Yeah.
For this
So
thing.
Reggie, when I auditioned for this role for Ivy, I went down to the stage, and when I walked in and saw all the Call of Duty posters on the wall, I was like, "Oh, they do Call of." I didn't even put it together. I was like, "Oh, they do Call of Duty here too." And I walked in the stage, and I'd never seen the volume before. I was like, "Holy shit!" And it's me in the middle of the volume with Ivy and a tripod camera. Yeah.
Yeah.
No idea.
So
I still didn't put it together. It was Call of Duty.
I didn't either, because I walked in there in the studio, and I remember I saw, I think, one, because I came through the front door where you kind of there's that little lobby there,
off
right?
the parking lot. Yeah.
Well, not the
in the
Off the parking lot. You go to the front.
Yeah, you go to the front. So I come in, and I remember I thought I saw one Call of Duty poster or something like that, but there was other games too, and so I didn't know what I was doing. And I get in there, and then I'm running around with the guy. I left out of there sweating balls.
Yeah, me too.
I was drenched. And a buddy of mine came in after me. He was coming in after me, and I was like, "Bro, I don't know what the fuck we're reading for, but you're gonna be tired, dog." So I'm sitting there, I'm running around, I'm jumping, I'm rolling over, and delivering the lines and doing the whole deal. And I left, didn't hear anything for a month and a half or something, and then all of a sudden we get the call, and then that was it. It was great.
Hey, do you because they use your likeness? Because Damon and I don't have our likenesses, but do you get recognized?
Yeah, I'll be places. I was in Turks and Caicos. Turks and Caicos at having dinner with my family, and this kid comes up. He's maybe 18 or 19 or something. Comes up and he's like, "Are you Reggie Watkins?" Yeah, hold on. Did my family tell you to do this? He's like, "Bro, I play Sims and Call of Duty.
Sims is my
all the
guy."
time."
Wow.
Yeah, he's like, "That's my guy." He's like, "Oh my God." And his dad comes over. He's like, "Bro, this dude, he's like, I walk in and I've seen him play this game. You're his character. He's talking about he loves this character." I was like, "That's so cool." And so it happens every now and then. I'll be somewhere and I was playing poker
with me. By the way, we got to talk about that. We got a stint where Reggie and I we'd meet up at Hollywood Park.
I've been, bro, I'm
2,
I'm so
3,
good
4 days
now.
a week. It'd be like, "Yo, Reggie, what's up?" And we just be at the poker table together.
I play so much now, it's ridiculous.
I gotta come down. I'm gonna take a motorcycle trip. I'm gonna come see you. I want to come down for at least 2 days and let's go play poker and show me San Diego because I love it. That's where in the country. I love it.
There's a casino down the street from my house, 10 minutes from my house. Yeah. I go play there all the time.
10 minutes away. That's a little
10 minutes
too
away.
It's a little too close.
Crazy, but the games are so good. You just
I gotta turn on my light here. Hold on, I'm losing.
Oh, but people they think of poker as gambling, which it is. But once you have once you have like this, you put the skill into it and the math and the risk evaluation, it takes out so much of the gambling and it makes it almost an easy game. Like literally, Damon, I go sit down there now. I'm like Neo in the Matrix now. I'm sitting down because I played so much and figured out and studied so much. I know what I can read hands now. Like it's getting to the point where like I know how much the bet size is. I know what they're trying to get to, and I know how to raise them and how much you'll get them off. Like, and my wife was there with me yesterday because she never really goes and watches me play. But yesterday she sat and watched me play, and she was like, "Geez, that was so easy." I was like, "It's literally the easiest, especially when you're playing with bad people." Like, it's just taking candy from a baby. It literally is that simple. And it's like you're preying on people's, vices. But, I mean, hey, we're all here with money. It's crazy to see, like, some of these people are just gamblers. They're just gamblers.
Well,
and they're playing.
You start to see the same. You know who the regulars are. When you're like, oh, shit. All of a sudden, there's 30 dudes at different tables around you that you've seen
all the time.
3 out of the 5 days. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
and you start to know how they play.
But those dudes do it for a living. Like, they're there 5-7 days a week. They're doing it for a living.
And you can. You literally can. You can sit there. If you can. Like, the problem is for me is, like, I'll get up. I'll double up, right? So if I'm sitting at the 1-300 or the 3-500 table, and I sit down and I play with 500, and then I get up 500, a good day is you just made $500 tax-free. Walk away. But I'll sit there sometimes and think, you know what? I made 5. I can get 1,000 a day. And then you end up walking out with 2. Or you get your aces cracked and you walk out with nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, I sat down yesterday. I sat down. My fourth hand, I had aces. My fourth hand. I raised it up because everybody's, a couple of guys come in for 15. I raised it up to 90. The guy to my left goes all in. And he's got like, he's got $500 from him. I've got 300. I've got aces. Of course, I call.
Yeah.
He's got kings. Aces, kings. A king hits the flop. I'm done. You know what I mean? It's just like nothing. And then I buy back in, and then I end up walking out of there with 500. I won $500 after I bought back in. So it was, it's just, it's. I love the game. It's so fun and just.
Fun.
I know
it's
nothing
really
about it.
Oh man. It's a great
fun,
game.
yeah. It's
I know how to play euchre.
It's my chess. I don't play chess. I play poker.
I play chess. I love chess.
Yeah, I don't play chess. I don't know how. I might. Maybe I get into it. I've said I'm going to get into it, but I haven't. Somebody gave me an app to download so I can play and learn. Still
the chess app? Yeah. No, it's
I just
fun.
rather
Man.
play cards.
Yeah. I love it. I'm gonna play tonight.
We're going to wrap it up here.
Yes. Okay.
I want to know how are we going to see Reg next? What's going on?
Well, actually, I'm in town for a couple of commercial shoots. It's been a great, literally, I went through months of no's, you've been released, tests that didn't go my way. I had one thing before we wrap up. I booked a campaign, a commercial campaign for this southern fast food chain, right? I was going to be their spokesperson. Literally, this is 2 months before Bruce and David. I tested for The Young and the Restless, and literally, it was going to be, I don't know if you guys.
Oh, you'd be great on that show. I did that show.
It was it was down to 3 of us. 3 of us tested. And I didn't really want it, but the money was like, I'll take the money. It'll be cool, whatever, nice payday. Didn't get that. And so, you go from that, you're for 2 days, you think I might be walking into, making this nice couple of 6 figures, right? Didn't happen. Month and a half later, I booked this campaign. It was right before Christmas. We had to go in and do the callbacks. I did that. Right after Christmas, they call and they say, hey, you're it. You're the guy. You're starting out. 8 commercials to start. We're gonna do 8. It's scale and a half, and I'm like, oh my god! Me and my wife are thinking, okay, we'll buy a place over here because we're gonna do it. We'll make sure we're hit whatever. 3 days later, they call and they're like, terrible news.
That's fucked up.
No way.
That's
no way.
Up.
No way.
They shouldn't
That
be able to do
sends people off of bridges. Why do you do that?
Bro.
You can't do that to somebody.
That's fucked
They
up.
say
Dude.
we offered it before they booked you. They offered it to this name. He said no.
Fuck.
They came and they cast you. He came back and said he would do it. We're sorry. They're going to pay you for the 4 days you would have worked, but the
By the
campaign's
way,
gone.
I have been used for that reason.
The
specifically
negotiating.
for leverage, so that they
Yeah.
can get the guy they want.
Yeah,
I've been used for
and-
that as well.
It hurt, but I rebound. I mean, if the game is the game. It's what we showed. We signed up for. This week, I booked 2 commercials this past week, so it's been amazing. Right back
Wow.
to back.
That's
Shot
great,
that.
dude.
It'll be
2
hopefully,
commercials in a
we'll
week?
see they
Holy
jump out.
shit.
Yeah, man.
Fucking kidding?
One's a really funny one. Another one's with a big athlete. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it should be cool. And they got some other game stuff coming out pretty soon that
That you
I
can't.
can't talk about, but
right.
there's a couple of games that are coming pretty soon that
Good.
that'll be pretty dope, man. So
Well, we got to see those guns on camera.
yeah,
You know,
let's
we
get
do
it.
those
Let's
things.
get it. Let's get it. And I appreciate you guys having me, man. Congratulations on the podcast.
Reggie.
Love you, brothers.
Love you,
guys.
too.
Yeah,
It's
man.
great.
Let's keep it up. Have fun, and I can't wait to hear it.
Love you
Right
back,
on.
and thank you.
Yeah, man.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all. All right, I'll see y'all soon.